Meatless Seekh Kebab. I can hear you saying it already. It's not possible, but my friends, it absolutely is possible. I have veganized the Seekh Kebab, so not only is it completely plant-based, it's also packed with a ton of protein and flavor. So what's the secret ingredient? Green bananas, also known as motoki, and chickpeas. No soy, no seitan, no dairy, no nuts. If you're not barbecuing your Seekh kebabs as well and just cooking them indoors in the oven, that is absolutely fine too. I have a few tips and tricks to share with you on how to achieve that kind of smoky charcoal-like flavor without the use of a charcoal barbecue or like using coals to smoke it. You can if you want, but this is a far easier technique that I'm going to show you in the video today. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my YouTube channel so far. If you do subscribe, you'll be doing me a massive favour in creating lots more content for you. So if you like my content and want to see more recipes, then please do go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel.
You can find a full list of ingredients you need to make these meatless Seekh kebabs in the description box below. Let's start by steaming our green bananas, also known as matoki. We're steaming the green bananas in their skins so that they don't absorb a ton of water. Pierce the banana skins all over using a sharp knife. Pop the lid on the pan and steam these for about 10 minutes or until the green bananas are tender. Carefully remove the bananas from the steamer while they're still hot and remove the skins. Use a spoon to remove the flesh from inside the bananas so that you don't burn yourself. It's really important to mash the bananas whilst they're still hot. Don't let them cool down too much, otherwise the starch will begin to set and then it will be really difficult to get those lumps out. Place cooked chickpeas in a large bowl and mash them well, either using clean hands or a masher. A food processor can be used, but be very careful not to overmash them, otherwise you're going to end up with some hummus. I love using my hands for this process. There's nothing quite like the sensation of touch whilst you're cooking. Mashing with your hands is going to help you get a feel of the texture of this mixture, which is really important because we're going to be forming these kebabs with our hands later on. For recipes like these, the sensation of touch is just as important as taste when it comes to experience and making these for a second time round. The mashed chickpeas should be quite smooth but still a bit stiff. It took me about 10 minutes to work these chickpeas by hand. Next, add the mashed green bananas, very finely diced onions, some grated ginger, fresh chopped coriander, and 1.5 tablespoons of Seekh Kebab masala. You can find my recipe for homemade Seekh Kebab masala in the description box below. Season with salt. Again, begin to work the mixture with your hands to thoroughly incorporate the ingredients, about 3 to 4 minutes. During this time, the onions should release some of their moisture. Once this mixture is thoroughly combined, add plain flour, chickpea flour, and oil. Combine the flours and knead the mixture for another 2 to 3 minutes. Cover the bowl and allow the mixture to rest for around 30 minutes. This will give the flours time to hydrate. I recommend using flat metal skewers for this recipe as it will ensure the mixture holds onto the seeks correctly. If you're using bamboo skewers, then ensure that they're quite thick ones that you've soaked in cold water for at least an hour. After the mixture has had a chance to rest, hold one of the seeks in your hand and moisten your other hand with water. Take a small handful of the mixture in the hand that is wet. Begin to mold it around the skewer, ensuring that the mixture is evenly distributed. If your skewers are big, then add another handful of the mixture to form longer kebabs. Leave a gap at the top of the skewer so that some of it is still exposed. Taper the top and the bottom of the now formed kebabs so that they adhere to the skewers correctly. Moisten your hand once more and make an O shape with your thumb and forefinger, and begin to indent the kebab with the O from the bottom to the top to create a ridged pattern all the way up the Seekh kebabs. Try to squeeze the mixture onto the skewer as evenly as possible. It should be neither too thick nor too thin. If the mixture feels very sticky, then wet your hands and continue to form the kebabs. If it feels too loose and is falling off the skewer, then you can add up to 50 grams more chickpea flour or plain flour. Extra flour might be required if your bananas are slightly overripe or have let in too much water whilst they're steaming. Onions also release moisture, which can cause the mixture to become too slack. Rest the skewers over a baking tray using the exposed part of the top of the seekh to sit on the edge of the baking tray. This will allow air to circulate around the kebabs so that they cook evenly and don't get stuck on the tray. Bake the seekh kebabs in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius, that's 375 degrees Fahrenheit, for around 20 minutes. Baste them with melted vegan butter at the 10-minute mark so that the kebabs don't dry out. Once cooked, remove them from the oven and baste with plenty more vegan butter. You can also grill these seekh kebabs on the barbecue. It gives them a lovely smoky flavour. Just be sure to turn them often and baste with lots of vegan butter as required. If you're cooking these in the oven, place the seekhs over an open flame to char the outside for a delicious smoky flavour and colour. It makes all the difference and is a really great tip if you're grilling indoors. I only recommend this optional step if you're using long metal skewers. Serve these seekh kebabs with salad, naan and your favourite dips. Subscribe to my channel for more Indian comfort food recipes.
Needle, 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 needle.